Yes, sir, baby. We are back once again. It's your brother TK, man, checking in with the Lockdown Show. My brother Danny Webster here. You're gonna see a few guests down below. We're gonna get into it. Danny, what's going on, brother? Good afternoon.
Man, how you doing today, brother? You know it's always good to see you.
I'm doing great, man, because look, the show's rolling, it's evolving. We got some guests here. We may have some OTS guests, which is what we've been doing up to this point, but we're going more sports center style this time around, which is what we always kind of envisioned the show to be, you know what I mean? So let's get right into it, man. I got two of our Havelock constituents with us, man. Danny, if you would do the honors, introduce our guests, because we're gonna go a few different ways.
So we've got some head coaches here, a couple Havelock legends. Coach Bob SABDO, shout out to you, Coach SABDO. Coach SABDO, he's been around the Havelock area for a long time, getting it in with the youth, and always a pleasure when he's on the athletic field. So thank you for joining us today, Coach.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yes, sir. And on the softball side, we got Coach Wooten, Coach Alan Wooten, who gets active on the football field a little bit too, along with Coach Sabdo. But he's handling the girls' varsity softball, and they're kicking it up right now, tearing it up. Both Havelock and the baseball and softball team are getting into the action here, Taylor.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. I'm gonna just start it off with the softball team. I pulled up the stats. I've been looking and been following you guys. Obviously, Alan, seeing your posts on Facebook, and I've seen a lot of crazy stats as far as no hitters. I don't. Is there a perfect game in there? I'm not sure if there is that.
Yeah, we have a perfect game. Senior Abigail Urban threw one early in the year, and then we've had freshman Kinsley Heim and senior Felice George both threw no hitters as well. We have a really kind of weird roster because we have 5 seniors.
Oh, Coach,
what'd you just fat finger something, bro? We can't have nice things.
That's how that works. Everybody go home.
Leave it down.
Everybody go home.
Leave it down.
We'll get back to the softball. He just lost his spot in line. Coach Sabdo, we've seen a lot of special stuff from that varsity boys team as well. And the cool thing about that team that I've seen, kind of like I was going to get into with Coach Wooten and the females, is there's a lot of athletes, multi-purpose athletes on that team.
There is. They're first thing, man, I'm just super proud of this bunch. They bought in. They bought in. They fought hard. We've been scrappy all season, just kind of trying to just scrap out wins, stay involved, stay engaged throughout 7-inning ball game. We got Austin Livingston, Andrew Williams, Chase Champion, Levi Lawhorn. A lot of those cats playing football and other sports.
Shout out to the OTS squad.
Ryan Ventry, state placer in swimming, so we got a lot of kids who are multi-sport athletes that are just staying engaged, and it gets a little difficult because a lot of them seasons butt up against each other, but we just keep going. Cooper Shealy, soccer, football, baseball, these kids are just going nonstop. And again, just super proud of the effort they're putting in and staying engaged in games. And, hasn't always been, the big 10-run wins, but we've been able to scratch out a few and just keep staying in the fight, until the last out's made.
And Coach, I want to ask you about this too, because baseball is such a tough season being in the spring. And when you have multi-sport athletes, there's always some training. There's always the end of the end of basketball or the beginning of football workouts or the end of this, beginning of that. It's always like a tough spot in the year. So with the scrappy wins, all that stuff, how does that work lineup wise? I mean, you got to worry about kids are going to be there or not, or
we've got a dedicated group. We've got a dedicated group on the varsity. The tough thing is winter sports get over almost, we didn't get all of our winter sports athletes until we were into week 2. So we had some basketball kids with some carryover, Ryan going to the state championship in swimming, he was out for the first week or so. So, and again, it's got to be a quick turnaround because we're into 2 and 3 game weeks right from the
right away. Yeah, that makes sense.
And again, these kids have, like I said, they've bought in. They've stayed focused. I know some of them are doing some things on their weekends and stuff, but I just been preaching, keeping your bodies healthy. This is the dog days. Friday night we played a really tough Croatan team, and we had 3 or 4 guys sick. We had 3 or 4 guys beat up, and it was just what a great way to come out and avenge a tough loss that we had to them in extras early in the season. I told my guys at the end, I know they were sick, they were hurt, they were tired, they were sore. It was the third game of the week. And again, it's just a lot of that goes to show like that multi-sport is a big deal. It's a big deal. These kids cross-train and they're constantly working, and it pays dividends in those tight games.
So that was the third consecutive win, was it not? The one you just picked up?
Yeah, we had New Bern on Monday, and then we played Richlands on Tuesday, and then Croatan on Friday. So it was a big week. We set our mindset.
New Bern's always a tough bunch.
What's that?
I said New Bern's always a tough bunch.
Yeah, and I don't know, somebody a lot smarter than me is going. Nobody can tell me the last time we swept New Bern in this 2-0 in the same season. So we actually went 4-0 against the county this year, which hasn't happened in a long time.
Huge. That's huge.
That's monster.
So,
yeah, there's some big talent over here in 252.
They battled through it. I mean, again, we came off a tough week after spring break. We went 0-3. We played a 9-inning game with McMichael. Well, we lost a dead game. I mean, we were flat against Swansboro, but that was from the night before, and then we lost a tough one to Martin County. Just kind of like 3 games, 3 days, and we just kind of hit the reset button after that. And we said, hey, man, our goal is to go 8-0. We want to control our own destiny. We want to set ourselves up. And they bought in. Like they're working hard to practice. We got a really tough one tomorrow night against West Carteret. Another one Thursday night against Dixon. Turn around Swansboro senior night. End the season with North Lenoir and Northside Jacksonville. So it's out there for them. They just got to keep working.
Well, that's awesome. Well,
it seems like an optimal scenario. Me and Danny talk about we talk about this all the time. We talk about that momentum word. When you can get on that run and spark that fire, knowing that you're about to go into another tough leg of games, it kind of helps you mentally that much more to give that confidence and maybe get you over that hump.
It does. And again, the kids did a great job bouncing back after that week after spring break. I mean, to lose an extra inning game, losing 9 innings against Martin County, turn around, play the next night. And again, we were tired, we were flat, and part of that's on me. I didn't, and we just didn't play well against Swansboro. Then to turn right back around the very next afternoon at 4:00, we played Martin County good, another top team in 3A, and battled them. We just couldn't hold it down for 7. And again, but they played so much, they just came back at that Martin County game, and I knew there was hope. Like if they bought in, I knew that New Bern game was going to be key for us. I knew if they were up for that game, and again, you can't get up to play New Bern. You can't. I don't know what to do for you, right? Like,
right.
Look, that's right. There's a little rivalry page going around on social media. You saw that, the Havelock New Bern rivalry.
They're doing like a bracket challenge of most notable North Carolina rivalries.
Yeah, New Bern Havelock won.
Yeah. So
no, that's definitely a rivalry game.
I agree with you, Coach. If you can't get fired up to play New Bern as a Havelock Ram, we need to have a whole nother conversation.
It don't matter what sport. I mean, that's always ones you circle.
It could be the chess team. We still gonna suit up.
We going at it.
Exactly. So I'm checking some of these stats over here. It's Austin Livingston with 21 stolen bases. We talk about his speed all the time. It looks like he can just hit the gas pedal at any given moment and get where he wants to go. We got 2 of the boys that we talk about in the football, Chase Champion, Andrew Williams, both got jacks. How important is it, do you think, coming from the football field? Of course, it's going to add some added strength off that bat. They're in the weight room. They're getting stronger, and they're getting faster.
Yeah, those guys. Now, I got to tip my hat. Like Chase and Austin and Levi and Andrew and some of the other cats, they've played a ton of baseball, high-level baseball. So they've got great baseball IQ. Braden Leverett, our leadoff hitter. I mean, I don't know if you saw the blurb on Max Preps, but when he scores 2 or more runs, we're 10-0. So, like, getting him on is key. But just going down the lineup, the one thing I said, and coaches and I talk about all the time, it's not just the top of our lineup. It's not just, Braden, Austin, Chase, Brady, Andrew. It's that bottom half of the lineup. Our best average hitter is our 6-hole kid. That's A.J. Orta. I mean, he is just –
I was going to say he's almost 600 on base.
Yeah, he's also the leading batting average guy.
I love that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Coaches ask me all the time, like, why are you batting him 6? Well, there's a reason. He's comfortable there and leaving. We're getting great contributions from Braden Benitez, both on, with the bat and with his arm, and then we're getting, Cody Jones is playing solid, and Ryan Ventry turns that lineup right back around. Ryan handles that bat just as good as any one of the other ones, and he's done a great job getting us back to the top of the lineup, whether he's getting on, whether he's laying it down. So, I mean, just up and down the lineup, and there are nights where top half is struggling, so the bottom half picks them up. And that's what you got to have in a long season. 23, 24 games, it's not going to be everyone's night. And that's why we preach that 1-0 mentality every day. We say it, 1-0 every pitch, every inning, every game, every play. Because, Danny, you played a lot of baseball, and you're like, if you're get down, that baseball is going to find you.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
a bad way of eating you up repeatedly. So
100%.
we just keep trying to preach that and just let them, go after it. And, I'm not afraid to steal a base with anybody in the lineup. I'm not afraid to lay it down with anybody in the lineup.
That's a lot of freedom. There's a lot of freedom. There's a lot of freedom.
One of the most beautiful sacrifice bunts a few games ago, legged it out. It was just one of those things where nobody in the park thought he was laying it down, and we put it down. And he called it. He's like, Coach, we got to lay this one down. I'm like, all right, big boy, go get it.
That's awesome. That's so good to hear.
11-6 overall, 5-3 in the conference. You kind of laid down the rest of the road for you guys. West Carteret coming up tomorrow night. Dixon, Swansboro, North Lenore, North Side. What's the chat in the locker room to seal this thing out and end it strong, especially on that 3-win run you're on right now?
I think right now it's just staying together and playing together. Keeping each other up. It's baseball, guys. Things are going to happen. The ball's going to bounce funny. There's going to be a game where it does. The first time we played Richlands, my guys were frustrated. They were piecing the ball up great, but they were just piecing it up right at somebody.
Yeah, That's always the tough day. That's always
they'll come to me, Coach. What do I do differently? Man, you've hit 4 line drives.
Nothing.
Pull your left sock up higher.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Absolutely nothing.
Roll the dice again.
So and again, we against New Bern, we just start. Tell the guy, my philosophy is if they got to put us out 21 times defensively in a game, we're going to win a lot more games than we're going to lose. Because, again, we're still dealing with high school kids. They still got to field it. They got to throw it. They got to catch it. They got to make the right play. Just keep putting the ball in play. We'll find a hole. We'll find somebody will bobble one. And, we all know, it just takes one. Get on. Let's move them around.
Right. Get that snowball rolling, and next thing you know, it's on.
Rolling. That train keeps rolling. And I say that a lot. Hey, follow the train. Let's go. 1-0. Let's go. And so right now, like I told them today, we're going to take them one at a time. I know that's coach speak, and we're not looking too far ahead. But tomorrow night is big. We lost a tough one to West Carteret. Had an opportunity to win. But we lost a tough one to them in our place the first time. So we just we can't take anybody lightly. The nice thing about this conference is, on any given day, any one of the teams in this conference can beat anybody, and that's already been proven.
That always makes for good competition and great games.
That's the cool thing about this conference. No matter what sport you're really talking about, it's some tough athletes in anywhere you look in this little southeastern corner of North Carolina.
Absolutely.
So, Coach, man, a couple more games to go. Thanks for jumping on the show. The boys look like they're in form right now, and it looks like it's from what you're saying. They got a great mind state going forward, and we're looking forward to seeing a lot of wins out of those games that are coming next, and kind of looking forward to you jumping back on the show and doing a little recap of the season.
Absolutely. Playoff time, baby. Playoff time.
I hope from your mouth to God's ears, let it happen. Again, just keep playing. Just keep playing. It's baseball. Baseball's a finicky game. Sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, and my job is to keep them up, keep them positive. Kid goes 0 for 4, guess what? Get back out there the next night. Let's go. Get back to work.
That's right.
That's a big thing, is just, keeping my trust in them, my faith in them. And I think I've done a pretty good job. I'm getting better at that. I'm not so quick to pull the trigger, but, right now we're in the right spot, so I'm going to let it ride. I'm going to put that thing in cruise control and see what it can happen. Sometimes the best coaching job we can do is just shut up and let them play.
Get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
You're 100% right, Coach. You're 100% right. I love it.
Coach SABDO, salute, man. We're about to kick it over to my man,
All
Big
right, my
Al.
brother, Big Woot. Love you, my friend.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks, Coach.
All right,
100%. Heck yeah. Right on. Let's give a little round of applause real quick in the chat.
Ring the fans. Hey.
Golf clap.
Woo! What's going on?
What's up, guys?
How
All
you
right, we
doing,
back.
brother?
We fixed it. We fixed it. Coach is
We
back
got it.
with us on the chat. Head coach of the Havelock Rams softball team. We kind of scraped a little bit off the surface before you got disconnected. I said, "There goes Alan. He fat fingered something, just like I
Yep,
did."
yep. Mess it up.
Cell
Mess it
phone
up.
screen just too small, man. Anyway,
Yep, yep.
we threw out that perfect word game, and let's just pick back up from there. That perfect game. There is one of those. There's some no hitters. Let's start there.
Well, the good thing is there's pitch and balance. We throw 4 girls, and 3 different ones have thrown a perfect game or no hitter, which was really cool. We've got a really weird roster makeup this year. We have 5 seniors and 8 freshmen, and only 1 sophomore and 2 juniors. So it's a really kind of top heavy and then very inexperienced at the bottom. So that's a really weird roster makeup.
You have 8 freshmen on the varsity team?
Can you hear Danny?
What did Danny say?
He said you got 8 freshmen on the varsity team.
8 freshmen, 4 start, and all 4 are batting over 400.
Wow.
Oh my gosh! Can you hear Danny?
I can't hear Danny. I can hear
hold on
you.
a second. Technical difficulties. Look, this is a live show, folks. But watch this. Here we go. Danny,
Back in action.
Can you
Back
hear him?
in action.
Coach, can you hear him?
I can't hear Danny. I can hear you. Let me try it again.
Yay.
Here we go.
He's
Check.
back.
I can only see his pretty face.
Hold on. We're going to get it.
Again.
Where are we at?
Yes?
It's too pretty. He can't hear you.
Oh.
That's crazy.
We'll have to tell you after.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me, Al? Yo.
Coach Woo.
We want to talk, man. We want to talk.
I just want to be your friend.
I wonder what's going on. Can you hear me, Al? No, I done messed
Can you hear me,
myself all
Taylor?
up. Yeah.
I'm back. Yes?
I can hear you. Yo. I can hear you.
A thing.
Now I can't hear Danny. Yo. Hold on a second. I don't think I can leave. If I leave, then the thing's going to go away. All right. Y'all join back in. Join back in the show. Just exit and come back. I'll stay here. Yo. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. That's insane, bro. Hello?
Yeah.
Now I can hear you.
Here. You can hear me now.
Yes, I can.
Okay, but my mic's not popping off, like it's not showing up.
All right. We need Al to join.
Big whoop.
Hey, it's all good. We're just figuring it out. It's all good.
That's crazy though. Where did that come from?
I don't know. I think it's just on some phantom. We've never had that many people, and I don't know the settings. I didn't touch anything, but
Big
all good.
woo. Dude, it's crazy that they have 8 freshmen starting.
That's it. That is crazy.
On varsity.
All right, we good or nah?
I can hear him now.
You can hear me?
I can hear you now. I'm Verizon you right now. I can hear you now. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Good.
Let's go. We're now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, dude, it's great, man. Like like I said, we start 4 freshmen, and it's our 2 hitter, our 4 hitter, our 5 and our 6 hitter, and we start a sophomore, and all five of those young people are batting over 350, and all the freshmen are batting over like 390. It's just a great balance. I mean, obviously we're led by seniors, Celeste George and Chloe Schreckengost, 4-year starters.
Shout out to Celeste, man.
I mean,
I've known Celeste since she was a child, man.
both are 4-year starters and the leaders of this team. Celeste is batting a crazy 640 right now, or something ridiculous like that.
Insane.
She's got like 26 RBIs. She bats leadoff and it's doubles, singles. She put a lot of work in gaining speed in off season, and she's just a table setter, man. And Chloe is committed to Chowan up in Chowan, North Carolina, and she's awesome. A 4-year starter. She's batting over 400, playing the 3 spot, and she's actually doing me a big service this year. We were struggling in the outfield, and she's a 3-year starter at second base, and we had to move her to the outfield just so we could get outs, and she has really changed the trajectory of our season by making that move.
Shout out Chloe.
And so a lot of people don't like to move from the middle infield to the outfield. They look at it as like a demotion. She begged me for it, man. She's like, anything to make us better and help us win, I'll do it.
I love it.
When you have those 2 leaders up top, and then Lily Perry's our senior center fielder. She's a 3-year starter at that spot. And then Abigail Urban transferred in from Quantico, Virginia last year, tore ACL, didn't get to play. She's committed to a D2 school up in Virginia where her sister plays. And she's been our leading pitcher this year, and so kind of a good addition. This is about as solid of a lineup as I've ever coached, and we're making plays defensively when we need to, and we're sitting right at 4th in the conference right now, but that's really second because the other 3 teams are tied for first. Croatan, West Carteret, and Dixon have all swept each other. West Carteret beat Croatan twice. Croatan's beaten Dixon, and Dixon beat West. So they're sitting up top, and then we're right there beneath them. But we should make a good run in the playoffs. And so, like I said, in the youth, it really makes it feel like we have a bright future when you're playing that many young kids. I mean, literally,
that's insane.
Literally, our 2 through 7 hitters, minus Chloe hitting third, all are batting over 360 and all are coming back. So, I mean, that's just great for us.
Coming back for multiple years.
Yeah.
Coming back.
I mean, so we're excited about that, man. The foundation is young. The leadership from the seniors is great. And, it's going to be a good 4 or 5 years in a row here.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about, going back to the whole 8 freshman thing. And then you said you got that senior leadership. Have the upperclassmen kind of gravitated knowing that they really need to tap in with these freshmen, so that way they kind of get the footwork of knowing, what it's going to be like the next couple years?
Well, leaders are always different. I wouldn't call Celeste and Chloe like verbal leaders. They're not like, and Lily and Abigail, they're kind of introverted people. They're not going to go lead with the rah-rah crap, but they lead by example.
Sure.
You turn around, you look at Celeste, and we're cleaning up at the end of the practice, and she's already raked second base and goes to the bullpen to get extra raking in. Like, it's things like that are little things that that she's bought in. And, Chloe's out there picking up trash, just taking care of your facility and what we built, which shows they just have pride in what we do. And so they're a fun group to coach, and we're really, really close. We were beating Dixon 9-6 at home in the top of the 7th, and we had one of those innings like you were talking about with Bob, where the ball just didn't bounce our way. We made 5 or 6 errors, and there were 4 or 5 plays that if we're really taking the first step the right way, we probably could make it, and we didn't. And they scored 10 runs in the top of the 7th, ended up beating us like 20-14. But we can hit with anybody in the league. I mean, we really can. What we don't have is we have really good pitching, but we don't have strikeout pitching. We average 2 or 3 strikeouts a game, which is fine. We don't give up hard contact a lot either. But, it's different. West Carteret,
plays.
we're making plays. And, West Carteret has two really good strikeout pitchers, like, you know, that just really just bring it. And we don't have that velocity on the mound, but we do have good movement and good, more Graham Maddox type pitching, not Randy Johnson type pitching.
There you
And
go.
you can win with both. We've got to make a few more plays defensively. So if you have holes on your defense, it shows a lot more for us than other teams
Oh,
because
absolutely.
we're having to make 8 or 10 more plays. But the girls work really hard, and they literally do everything you ask, and they're really, really smart. They do well in school, and so I just see a really bright future. We had my first year as the head coach. We go to the Eastern Finals, and we got 8 seniors, and we go on this crazy playoff run where we beat the number 1 seed on the road in the second round, and they are 22-0, and their shortstop was committed to Oklahoma, and our shortstop, who's D1 commits at the regional track meet, we don't even have her.
Oh my gosh!
And so we play Celise as a freshman at shortstop. She's never even practiced there, really, to be honest with you. And man, we come out and we beat them 2-1 because Alana Krupe throws a great game, and now she's pitching at North Carolina Central. And then last year, man, we only had 11 girls come out. We lost those 7 seniors. Like I said, we only got 1 sophomore, 2 juniors, and the one senior we had last year that was a stud hurt her knee early on. She was a D1 commit, and we had 11 girls. So we're out there just we're grinding the 2 and 18, and they're trying. I mean, we're just grinding. We just didn't have the depth. And then this freshman class is good. The next freshman class is going to be good. And last year's freshman class was pretty good too, but we had 3 girls and only 1's left. Because, being military, we get, we lost our 4-hitter and first baseman. She's up in Maine dominating at a private school because her dad retired and they moved back home. And then my starting pitcher last year was a freshman, and she did a really good job and batted third for me. And her dad retired. They moved back to Beargrass. She's starting at Beargrass Charter. Did a great job pitching against East Carteret tonight. I got to go watch her pitch. But being a military community, sometimes that fluency in team, you don't know from year to year.
Right. No, absolutely.
You just don't know. And so,
and it works both ways. You might get someone coming.
Might get 1 or 2. Yeah. Might get 1 or 2, might lose 1 or 2. And so that's one of those things that this coaching at Havelock makes it a little different than everywhere else I've been at. Everywhere else I've been at for a Havelock, you knew. Like, you lived in the town, you grew up in the town, we didn't have people move in or move out.
Yeah.
And and that makes it as a coach difficult because, like, all right, you think you got 2 solid pitchers coming back and your 3-hitter and your 5-hitter, and then, one leaves in November and one leaves in February, and you're like, well, crap.
Yeah.
Like, and so.
To your point about the military thing, though, there is a good positive about it, especially like on the way in when you're getting transports on the way in. I think as a military kid, your social awareness is heightened because you've moved around.
Oh,
You're used to making new friends, and you can gel with a unit. I feel like a little easier.
They're very adaptable, and they can adapt. And it's almost like I think Jerry Tarkanian used to call his amoeba defense. It kind of turns into what you want it to look like as the pieces work together. Yeah. And I think military kids have a lot more mental toughness than most kids because they have moved a lot and they've had to create new friends and do those things. And so that also brings another cool dynamic into our roster. And so, you have the people that are from Havelock, like Celise and Chloe, and they've been there forever. And then you have the people that move in and out, and it's just a really good group, and they try really hard. And, next year, I hope we can make a really good run this year. I could see us getting to the 3rd or 4th round easily. All depends on matchups. You get matched up with one of those teams in the playoffs that's, 15-5, but has a pitcher committed to UNC Wilmington with a team batting average of 190. That's a tough matchup for us because, it's elite pitching. But if we can avoid elite pitching early on, we can make a good run.
That's cool. So, just got to make it through these next 5 games with a good outlook on those next 5 games, and then then we go back to 0-0.
That's right. Like, the new season starts.
Well, like West Carteret beat us 4-3 at Havelock, and they're tied for first in the league. Like I said, we played them tomorrow. Tuesday, we go to West Craven. Solis threw a gym against them the first time. And so hopefully we come out ready for that rivalry game. And then Thursday, we're at Dixon. And so you got 3 games in a row that could really change the trajectory of your playoff season.
Oh, yeah.
And then senior night Tuesday, we host Swansboro. And then we're at Northside Jacksonville. We can go on that 5-game winning streak. We go from like a 17, 18 seed where you're on the road in the first round to 10 or 12 where you might get the host to. And that's a big difference for us. And that's what we're kind of preaching. Hey, we got to win these next 5. If we can go 5-0, we'll get to play at Havelock that Tuesday, May the 3rd or whatever. And that's a big deal. You know, the home playoff games are just easier. Not traveling, just fun time.
Absolutely. No, I couldn't agree more with you.
We're looking forward to it, and we're also looking forward to those updates, like a little bit later on in the season, maybe a little postseason update, little playoff updates. Coach, man, I appreciate you joining the show, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
thank you guys for having me, man.
Coach.
Thank y'all for all y'all do for Havelock and just youth and prep sports in the area, man. It's big time, and it's the parents and the kids appreciate it more than you guys know.
We're gonna keep it rocking, man, and just know you can't run away from us, bro, because it'll be football season before you know it. We're gonna have to have some conversations.
I'm too big to hide, boys.
Hey, Coach, man, I appreciate it, brother. We'll be seeing you soon, man.
See y'all guys.
What's going on? I appreciate you. I'm your brother. Oh, I took the wrong guy away. You got to go, Coach. That's my man, Coach Al Wooten there, the softball head coach of the Havelock Rams. Big shout out to Bob SABDO, head coach of the boys baseball team. I'm your brother, TK. Danny, this was a good one, man. We had a few technical difficulties, but you already know.
No, we're learning, brother. It's just, we just get in with the get in.
I'm not cutting it out either. I'm leaving it.
Oh, not at all.
I'm leaving it because I'm going to let these people know it's raw.
Yeah, this straight into it.
TK hanging out with Danny Webster, brother. What do we tell him, man?
We'll see you in the end zone.